Shalom, Israel, Shalom. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect, all the men and women who are rehearsing the righteous acts day in and day out. Shalom to you. Okay, before we get started, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Mahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four corners of the world to so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indigenous of the Americas. Okay? In case you didn't know, Yahweh is the true ancient Hebrew way, the real Hebrew name for what the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists. Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls JC, is the true only begotten Son. Yahweh Shai, meaning He saves, He delivers. Bahashem, coming in the name, and Rahakwadash is the Holy Spirit. Okay? I don't really have a title for this video today, but I have this picture here that kind of tells a little bit about the current state that Babylon the Great is in, and is going to further go deep into that state of beyond just being hungry into starvation. Okay? Let's get started here. Second Esdras 16, 17. Let's start there. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay? And as you, myself, and everybody has been noticing here, this beginning of the year has been hectic, to say the least, with this cycle as the leader of Babylon the Great here, signing off on executive orders to pretty much destroy itself, signing off on mass deportation, signing off on executive orders on special forces to go and combat the country of Mexico and so forth. A lot of things are already put in place, and it doesn't take for you to be a genius or some economics analysis to figure out that a lot of things work collectively together. It's a network of trades and businesses within nations, and all these deals are going to be broken this year. And we have to brace ourselves spiritually more than ever. And we have to have that fire in us, that Rahakwadash. That's the only hope we have, and the only real strength and power to be able to withstand the sorrows, the great mournings, the beginning of famine, and great death, right? There's going to be a lot of people dying when some of these wars, civil wars, racial wars, and so on. And it's going to break a lot of people, because a lot of people's foundation is built on carnal, vain very sinister foundation, and it's going to crumble easy when they start feeling the effects of great death, the effects of famine, of the cost of groceries, and living is already gone up. And again, you don't have to be a scholarly person to know that it's just going to get double as bad. If you think it's bad now, it's about to double, even triple down, you know, and shall stand in fear the beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Is asking a question, as real men of the Lord, who preach this true, 100% true gospel, who preach the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, are going to be the only ones to be able to hold strong. And even us, we're going to be going through some hell, right? Let's continue reading here. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay? So, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai has sent his scholars, has sent his prophets and wise men to warn us. He's been sounding the trumpet. 40, 50 years ago, he's been sounding this trumpet to the nation of Israelites to give us insight more than anybody to be able to withstand the crazy wickedness that's coming towards us. Okay? But a lot of people didn't hearken into the voice, and it's going to be very obvious those who don't call on the real name. It's going to be obvious who don't even believe that there is a God. It's going to be very obvious to be able to distinguish the two groups of people. And there's going to be a lot more of them that built their foundation on sand and corruption, right? Let's continue reading here. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? And it's talking about those 2/3 and other heathen, wicked people from these nations out here, right? They won't be able to turn away, from their wickedness, from their carnal way of thinking. They're going to lose their minds and they're going to act accordingly. And you're going to see the worst characters of people come out in this year. If somebody was a little hateful, you're going to see him multiply times 10. If somebody was greedy or somebody was very selfish, it's going to multiply times 10 and so forth. But those wicked spirits that are going to be out here among us, they'll be marked for judgment. And a lot of these people will be judged. That's where the death's going to come in, and they're going to be judged by other wicked people as well. We just have to move out the way and pray to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, every day, and keep the Holy Spirit in us. And let not the wickedness of the world infiltrate our mind, body, and soul, right? We can't let that evil spirit get in us, because it could happen in a moment of weakness, right? Give me 1 second here. Okay, Salakia for that. Let's continue reading here. On 21. All right, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's what you're also seeing right now is great confusion. You know, those that think they're doing good and don't realize that they are wicked, and vice versa, right? Evils grow upon earth, the sword and famine. So pure chaos is gonna take place day in and day out. People like chickens with their head cut off and nowhere to who to run to for advice. Some people don't want to hear advice. They just want to act according to what their flesh is telling them. Their instincts is to carry a gun with the me, myself, and I type of spirit. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people with that same spirit, killing themselves, shooting themselves, um, deceiving themselves, setting up snares amongst themselves, right? In order to have an upper hand of some sort or to survive per se. Very scary if you really go into deep thought about that. And again, it's going to be a night and day difference of people who act and walk accordingly compared to those wicked people of the earth, right? Let's continue reading here. 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Oof. Okay. So again, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai coming with all types of judgment, right? All types of judgment, all types of way, any direction. Some shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger. Those ones out there probably robbing people, was able to get food. They shall the sword destroy. Shall the sword destroy those. So even those that think they escape a certain judgment of hunger, right, of famine, the sword's still going to destroy them, right? So it doesn't matter which way you go, what you do or what you try, judgment is here. Especially those wicked Edomites and the rest of these heathen nations and our own Israelite 2/3, right? Let's continue reading here. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. So a human body, a dead body, is going to be tossed like dung, like nothing. Ain't nobody going to be worried about no cemetery, nothing like that. They probably won't have time and energy to do these nice, more appropriate type of ceremony, right? They're just going to have to toss them somewhere and keep it moving. There's not going to be no man to comfort anybody. People have to be occupied in getting some shelter and some food for themselves. So all this types of craziness is going to happen, right before our eyes of this proud nation, Babylon the Great here. Let's continue reading here. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Right? Let's continue reading here. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripe, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. Whew. So even with fruits and grapes, there's not going to be nobody here to do those jobs. It's going to be desolate of men, with all the wars and people dying. People won't even have time to do these things. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. So people are going to desire those days to hear a friend, to have a conversation, but they're not going to be able to see them. For a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hid themselves in the thick grooves and in the clefts of the rocks. And of the 2 in the field which shall hide themselves in the thick grooves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in a orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Okay? Let's go here real quick. Let's go here to 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Okay? Because that's what's getting ready to happen. And it's becoming real obvious, all this crazy chaos that they are stirring up to cause fear, panic, and cause pure chaos. That way they have the every reason and every law being passed accordingly, quick, in order to establish martial law against the chaos that's going on, has been orchestrated by them. But in reality, we know is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai allowing these demons to do what they're good at, is to rape, rob, and murder. And that's what has to happen. Okay? That's exactly what has to happen for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to bring his judgment upon Babylon the Great and the wickedness in it. Okay? Let's go here to 72. Let's start off at 72 here. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to make it known who are his chosen, who are the people that are not going crazy out there, shooting and killing each other, staying vigilant, in the word, staying prayed up, staying fasting, and not panicking, because they know the mysteries of the Most High. They know the mysteries of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? Let's go here real quick. Okay, those are the people that are going to shine, like a candlestick, way bright, especially surrounded all this craziness of wickedness and darkness. Okay, let's go here to Matthews 19:29. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. Okay? Talking about the elect. The elect The elect has forsaken the houses, the brethren, the sisters, the fathers, the mothers, the wives, the children, lands, for the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. And that's what the hopeful elect will inherit, everlasting life. Lord willing, all the men that are putting the work day in and day out, we all hope we're part of that, our hopeful elect. We strive to the best of our abilities. But, we don't know. It's not a guarantee. Let's continue reading here. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Right? So all these proud people out here in Babylon the Great that were first for so many centuries are going to have the biggest wake-up call, the most harsh, rude awakening that they've ever experienced in their whole livelihood, whatever many years that is. They're going to experience that worse than anything they've ever felt in their life. We could go to, let's go to Matthew's. Give me 1 second here. Matthew's 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? For then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world. So all the way from the beginning of the world, if you think of all the craziest things that's ever happened to the whole world, nothing that won't compare to what's coming. Okay? So you could think of the nuclear bomb that was bombed in Hiroshima. You could think, and that's nothing compared to the flood. That's the single event that everybody knows, the deluge that happened to the whole world, which is the story of Noah's Ark and the flood that completely submerged the whole earth. It completely drowned every creature in it and destroyed it. Okay? That's what's getting ready to happen, greater than that day. Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, declared that. Let's continue reading. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sakes, those days shall be shortened. Okay? So, for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. Because those are the men that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai predestined to have the spirit of honor and worship towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Okay? So, I just wanted to make a quick little video on that. Lord willing, it was edifying to the hopeful elect and all the men and women who are rehearsing the righteous acts day in and day out. Shalom to you. Before I go, I want to give all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are preaching and teaching this truth with humility and sincerity across the four corners of the world, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indigenous of the Americas, and the speckled bird that are amongst those other nations that look like those from those other nations, but their lineage goes back to Jacob as well. Shalom.